It was October 18th, 1982, and the Misfits had just finished a show in New Orleans. Glenn Danzig, Jerry Only, and Doyle climbed the wall of St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and attempted to break into the grave of New Orleans' most famous voodoo priestess, Marie Laveau. There are several names etched in this tomb, but none of them are Marie Laveau. That's because between 83 and 90 people have also found their final resting place in the same stone box. Burials are different in New Orleans. The water table is too close to the surface to place a body underground, so a more novel approach was required. The Louisiana heat turns these stone boxes into a slow cooker. When the deceased is placed inside, the tomb is then sealed for a year and a day. Every tour guide in New Orleans has a different explanation for the extra day. On the 366th day, the tomb is opened, and all that remains is a fine ash that is swept into an open cavity at the back of the box. When the Misfits came to visit after her death, no identifiable piece of her would have been in the box to steal. Perhaps Danzig should have followed the local custom and drawn 3 red X's on the stone and knocked 3 times instead. This tradition is supposed to invoke the spirit of Marie Laveau and draw her good fortune. If Danzig had, perhaps the Misfits wouldn't have broken up in 1983. The Misfits didn't have time to do much, though, as their rowdy B&E was reported by locals who still irked from Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper's drug-fueled shoot for Easy Rider in 1969. One thing you can never call Danzig is smart. Not like Nicolas Cage, who came up with an even more brilliant plan to get close to the voodoo queen of New Orleans. When the IRS came calling on Cage about back taxes for his ghost front property in the French Quarter, the only thing they legally could not take was his pyramid-shaped tomb around the corner from Laveau. No matter what Nicolas Cage does between now and his end, he will now always be a ghost in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1.